Hi Year 11, today we're looking at your results section of the paper. So by now hopefully you've realised that there's some videos uploaded of your experiments done as best we could, and what you need to do is you need to watch these videos and record your results. So you need to decide what data you will collect from these videos. You need to work out how much data you're going to collect, how often you'll collect the data, and how you record it. Make sure that you draw a table up before you begin that you can put all your data in so it's nicely organized and you remember what it all means. You might want to keep a tally, you might want to keep a record of times. It's up to you how you record the data, the type of data you collect, okay? And whether you record data every second or whether you look at it every minute or every 5-10 minutes or just at the end of the 20 minutes. You can decide all of that, okay? But remember, you want it to be accurate, valid, and reliable, so you need to think about that. All right, once you've got your data, then you need to write this up. So your results section of the scientific paper should clearly state all the results that are found. It should include any relevant observations and data, so both the qualitative and the quantitative data. It should include graphs and tables as appropriate. And it is not just the graphs and the tables you are writing. So in your writing, you're going to use third person and past tense, just like you do with the rest of the paper. Now here's just a sample paper that I found. It's a bit of a joke paper called What's the Deal with Birds? But we're just going to have a look at the results section of this and pull out the features of what you should include. And I'll also point out some of the things you should avoid. Here's their first figure, and you can see the axes are clearly labelled. We've got a line of best fit there. I'm not sure where the data is, but that's okay. And then we've got a figure caption down the bottom. Figure 1, relationship between climate change. A looks like a fish, B and weird beak. Okay. X values were scaled between 0 and 1 for visualization purposes. So note we don't have a title on our graph. We have a figure caption. Okay, and this is what we do in a scientific paper. This is what they wrote. I have to admit, these birds were weird. I mean, the woodpecker was hopping around on a tree, smashing its bill into the wood. The parrot had a really big bill and was really noisy. And the penguin looked more like a fish. It was swimming around and diving underwater. Okay, so here we have what sort of data is it? Qualitative or quantitative? It's qualitative, okay? So this is our descriptive data. Both weirdness and birds' appearance were significantly repeatable across the 6 and 2 trial data sets. Table 2. Now see the way they've referred to their table? That's what you need to do to refer to your tables and your figures. You write your sentence and then you support it with the table or the figure. Okay. As expected, both were more repeatable when analysed across the 2 trials, expected to elicit strong comparable responses, although confidence intervals for repeatability within the 2 data sets overlap. So now they're starting to get into their quantitative data, okay, their numerical data, okay, and then they've gone in and they've provided some statistics to support what they are saying, okay, and then they refer back to figure 1, okay. Now I want you also to recognize that that data that's in table 2 is different to the data that's been represented in figure 1. So in a scientific paper, we don't present the same data. We don't go, here's the data in the table, and here's the data in a graph, and now here's the data me writing about it. Okay, we work out what the best way to represent our data is, and we represent it once, and then we refer to it in our text. Okay, so let's assess what they've done here. So things that they did well, they have good use of figures and tables to support their text, and these are correctly referred to in the text. They have clear figure captions and table headings. They are reporting on qualitative and quantitative data. They report the results, but they don't discuss them. Okay, we need to keep the discussion for, as it's named, the discussion part of the paper. Okay, we are just recording the results. We are not discussing them. So we don't talk about accuracy, validity, reliability. We don't talk about why we found what we found. We just talk about what we found. And they use past tense. Some things they did poorly, they've got personal tense in there, and they use informal language. So if we go back, I have to admit, okay, I straight away, smashing the bill into the wood. It's not sounding very scientific, okay, but they are using past tense. The figures and tables are referred to. Okay, so these are the things that I want you to think about in your results section. Good luck with that. This is an individual write-up of your results. Once you write them up and submit them, we will provide you feedback on your results section. And this will provide you with practice for your second assessment task.